President Trump and his administration continue to emphasize the coronavirus risk is low for the average American.
But as the economic damage continues, the death toll inches up and more infections are being reported. The calls for a greater government response are intensifying. John Roberts explains.
As concerned as the White House is about the medical implications of coronavirus, it is also focused on the economic impact. In the White House driveway today, the health secretary putting on his financial hat.
The fundamentals in this economy are unbelievable, whether it's employment or wage growth or productivity or international trade deals.
President Trump looking at the bright side of the crash in oil prices, tweeting, "Good for the consumer, gasoline prices coming down." The president blamed the argument between Russia and Saudi Arabia over oil flow for today's market drop. Democrats blamed the president.
What we know about the Dow is that they want certainty. They want to have confidence that there is a plan. And I think that what is happening there is a reflection of the lack of confidence.
The White House considering a number of measures to help address the economic impact, including deferred taxes for the hardest hit industries and an expansion of paid leave. In a joint statement, Democratic leaders Nancy Pelosi and Chuck Schumer demanding everything from paid sick leave to food security to free coronavirus testing, accusing the president of manufacturing, quote, needless chaos. The president and the administration are taking sustained fire for mixed messaging. The president this morning seeking to put coronavirus into perspective, tweeting, "So last year, 37,000 Americans died from the common flu. It averages between 27,000 and 70,000 per year. Nothing is shut down. Life and the economy go on. At this moment, there are 546 confirmed cases of coronavirus with 22 deaths. Think about that." Not long after, his health secretary doing anything but playing down the threat.
Our biggest challenge right now is to ensure that we contain further spread into the United States. And make no mistake, this is a very serious health problem. Nobody is trying to minimize that.
Today, Republican Congressman Matt Gaetz of Florida and Doug Collins of Georgia became the latest members of Congress who attended the recent CPAC conference to self-quarantine. They joined Texas Senator Ted Cruz and Arizona Congressman Paul Gosar, all of whom had contact with a man from New Jersey who has been hospitalized with coronavirus. But both Collins and Gaetz had been in proximity to President Trump in recent days. Collins greeting the president in Atlanta on Friday for a tour of the CDC. Gaetz today flying with the president aboard Air Force One. It wasn't until Congressman Gaetz was actually on board Air Force One that he discovered he had been in contact with that individual at the CPAC conference. That's when Gaetz decided to sit by himself in an unoccupied section of the aircraft. In addition to today's briefing, the president will have Wall Street executives over to the White House to try to talk them off the ledge and see if he can stop the bleeding in the markets.